Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's Miss Angel, of course, and I'm back this time to share with you guys my monthly favorites for the month of August. So yeah, let's jump right into it. It's just a couple of things. I'm pretty sure everything that I'm going to show, I've either mentioned it in a past video or something, because I pretty much tend to lean towards the things that I like and I go for it all the time. So yeah, starting off with one of my favorite palettes for this month is going to be the BH Cosmetics 88 palette. Excuse me guys, I feel like I'm getting sick. It must be the AC. So this is the Tropical Shimmer palette, and I have this menu in my hand because there's a large mirror that I want to cover so that I could show you guys the colors. Now there is, again, 88, and my nail just gouged into my long nail divas, the life, trust me. But anyway, these are the 88 colors. They are gorgeous. This was gifted to me by a lovely friend here on the YouTube, and her name is Tika Tenacious. I'm sure you girls are familiar with her, and I absolutely love this palette. I slept on it in the beginning because I thought, I don't want shimmery looks all the time, but it's not the shimmer that I thought it would be. It is definitely a subtle shimmer. One thing, if you're a long nail diva like me, I keep my tweezers around 24/7. Okay, because what happens is when you close this palette, the trays are so small that they kind of slide all over the place. So if you put it in a makeup drawer or wherever you place your makeup, when you go to pull it out, you can get a couple of these trays shifting all over the place. So yeah, that's one thing I don't like about it. I wish they were like glued down to the base so that they wouldn't move. But other than that, the color payoff and the looks, I mean, there's everything from autumn colors to greens to earth tones to nudes. I mean, you can do anything with this palette. So yeah, this is definitely a staple eyeshadow palette for me. I use it all the time. Alright, so what do I have next? Yeah, I've been mentioning these a lot. The Buxom Nudes and Brights. I have all 6 of them. I'm just going to show you guys the 2. This is one nude, and this is in the color Yes You. And here we have one bright, and that's in the color Cha Cha Cha, which I'm wearing on top of a lipstick color today. I absolutely love these lip glosses. They have a lot of staying power, and also they can change the color of any lippy that you're wearing. So, you know, if you don't, it's kind of like a little sticky. No tingle on these, but they are a little sticky. So if you don't like sticky lip glosses, then this may not be the ones to get. They also have a little bit of a glittery effect. So if you don't like that on your lips, you may not want to get these either. But I had to add these into my monthly favorites because I've just been using the Buxoms all month long. Alright, for brushes, I had about, I want to say, oh, it was around Easter. How could I forget? Because it was an Easter special. But I purchased a small brush mini not palette, excuse me. I'm like losing my train of thought here. But I purchased a travel size kit of these Coastal Scents brushes. And I only got them because they were the pink and black. I have to tell you, I love these brushes. I honestly love these more than the full-size brushes by Coastal Scents because they're really fluffy, they're very soft, they're easy to clean. But do not make the mistake that I made. I kind of was gonna like get all my brushes together to clean them, and I dumped them in a bucket of water. And these, although they look plastic, they are wood-based. So you leave for a couple hours with your brushes in a bucket of water, then this is what you get. I got the wood peeling off. It was my mistake, and it's so sad because these are so cute and they're good to travel with, but I won't be traveling with them looking like this. They'll be a part of my own personal stash, and I'll more than likely go pick up, you know, or order another set. But yes, these brushes, if you've never heard of them, they work really well. I use this fluffy one here to actually just go down the bridge of my nose to go over my contour with a powder. The small ones are for eyeshadows, and I just use this for all over powder. And it did come with a smudger brush, but that's inside my brush bin, and I don't feel like looking for it, so I reached for the first ones I could find. Alright, so that's another one of my favorites for this month. These are the brushes I've been going for. Next, yeah, I have a couple of drugstore foundations. So, as you know, I like to use MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the NW45, but it's a little heavy for the summer. So I've been like testing out a few drugstore products to see like which one that I really like. And for the most part, I have to mix them. If I purchase a drugstore foundation, I usually have to mix it with another drugstore foundation or with my MAC in order to get the color that I want. So I've been using this month the L'Oreal, now the Color True Match, and I've been using this in Cappuccino, which is the color N8. And I used to use the C3, which is Cocoa, but that one has more of a redder undertone, which I do have redder undertones, but it was almost too red, making me look a little like burnt red, so I didn't really like that. So what I decided to do was mix it with the Revlon Photo Ready in the color Cappuccino, and these two together make a great foundation color that's still thinner than the MAC NW45, you know, as far as applying it. Now, I like the MAC for coverage because it's full coverage. I have to build these foundations up to get the amount of coverage that I want, and usually I use a layer of concealer underneath this foundation in order to get the coverage that I want. So it's a little bit on the thin side, but if you like thin makeup and it's light on your face for the summer, you know, this was good to use. And summer's coming to the end anyway, so I'm going to go back to my MAC really quickly, but I did enjoy using these. And I also found another drugstore foundation stick, and this is by Black Opal, and this is in the color Suede Mocha. Okay, and it looks like this, and of course it's way darker than my skin. It's actually almost 3 skin tones, but I like to highlight and contour, so I like a thick contour, and that's usually on a daily basis. You know, we want those cheekbones, girls. So that's what I have here on top of my Graftobian concealer, which brings me to my next favorite. A lot of people tell me they've never heard of Graftobian. I got this at the makeup show quite some time ago. Let me put these down before I drop everything. Yeah, so it's kind of butchered because I go in this palette with an angle brush, so I basically just tap in every day instead of using a sponge or something. So it's like completely like gouged out. But this is what the Graftobian palette looks like. And this is in warm. This is the warm palette. This is high definition glamour cream concealer. So it's really used for theatrics. If you want to look good underneath the light and all different types of light, you just have to be careful if you use this concealer if you're dealing with flash, because you will absolutely, depending on what type of setting powder that you use, get a flashback. And everybody hates when they look like crazy in a flashback. So this is natural lighting, excuse me, not natural lighting. This is my bathroom light, and this is the bounce back that I'm getting off of it just in here. So yeah, this concealer, you know, would be used if you're going to go out. You probably don't want to use this on a daily basis unless you like it. I like the colors. It's similar to the MAC the Pro Quad. Yeah, they have, actually it's not a quad, it's 6 colors. If you use the MAC Pro Conceal and Deep Dark, it's very similar to this Graftobian, but I prefer the Graftobian over that. Okay, next let's talk about some powders. As you guys know, again, I've been stemming a little bit away from the higher ends, which I really don't go that high anyway, except for like, you know, some Sephora products or MAC products, but you know, drugstore is pretty much my staple for powders and things like that. Foundations, I do like MAC. But I've been using Black Radiance powders. They look like this. They're very inexpensive. I think they're like $5.99 in any drugstore. I've been using the color Warm Hazel as an all-over powder. And then when you're dealing with all these concealers and foundations and colors, like sometimes it doesn't even matter if it doesn't match your color initially. If you know how to blend well and highlight and contour and blend it out, you will always bring color back to your face. So I do that by using the Black Radiance Rich Mahogany to set some of my contours. And I use this one as an all-over glow. And when I finish that, I typically put mineralized skin finish around the whole face. Also, I've been using the L'Oreal True Match. It goes with the Cappuccino C8, well, yeah, the C8 foundation. But I use this to soften up the highlight. So excuse me, I have to clear my voice again. Don't know really what that's about. But, yeah. So, like I was saying, the banana powder comes off a little bit bright sometimes underneath the eye, and I don't like to look ghostly. So I pretty much soften it up with this powder. It's the L'Oreal True Match, which is lighter than these two colors, but all put together, it'll give you a nice rounded face look. So these are the 3 powders that I have been loving for this month. And it's only a couple more items that I have left, actually. I spoke about the Black Radiance Perfecting Eye Primer. I showed this in quite a few videos, maybe 2. And yes, it is probably my go-to now. I will not use any other shadow primer. It prevents from any kind of creasing. They last all day. So yeah, another inexpensive product. I have this lippy in my hand. As you guys know, my go-to lipstick is by MAC. It is the MAC Heroine. It's the purple color. And I believe that this is going to be my favorite every single month, because I have not found a lip combination, a lip color, a lip anything to say, okay, I'm not going to keep this in my bag today. So if anybody knows of anything that is reminiscent of this color, I am interested in getting the Pure Heroine, which is a more vampified looking purple. But this one is just staple. It can rock with a nude eye look. It can go with a smoky eye look. I just love it, love it, love it, love it. So yes, if you do not have the MAC Heroine, please go to your local MAC counter and pick it up. It is gorgeous. As a matter of fact, I'm sure everyone knows what it looks like, but just in case you don't, here is a full swatch on that color. It has like blue undertones. It is absolutely gorgeous. So yes. And lastly, I have a couple of mascaras that I've been using. I'm loving the Envision mascara. It's by Coastal Scents. I think I showed this in like a May favorites. I keep reaching for it, so I like it. And also, I have a mascara that came out of my Makeover Essentials, and that's the weekly maintenance palette, I think it's called, something like that. I have it over there, and it looks like this, and it's really cute and little. It goes inside your purse, but it's a black mascara, and it curls those lashes, so I love that. And lastly, my favorite fragrance for this month would be the Malibu Heat by Bath and Body Works. This was gifted to me. Yeah, so I won that as a gift, and I really, really love it, and it smells so good. Oh, let me smell it again. It makes you feel like you're in paradise. So yeah, and that's gonna complete everything. I hope I didn't leave anything out. I don't think I did, but those have been my favorites. Oh, the last thing, I do see the last thing I left here, and again, this is gonna come up very often in all of my favorites. It's the MAC Prep and Prime Base Lumiere. It is what I use underneath my foundation that keeps me pretty much stable for a couple of hours without having to blot or anything. So yeah, I love this stuff. Swear by it. And those were my August favorites. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new subscribers out there. And just stay tuned. I'm going to have a nail review coming up soon. Of course, I'm going to go. This weekend is the holiday, so I'm going on the 6th. I'm going next Saturday to get the girls done. Any suggestions on what you want to see on them, let me know. I am losing polish. Honey, my nails are looking crazy. So they have to get done. And I'll be back to let you guys know what it looks like. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.